Welcome to St. Joseph College of Arts and Science. I'm Julian Francis, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, PG and Research Department of Mathematics. For third year BSc students, we have the elective paper MATLAB, subject code EMT513S. Under this, we have the 5 units. We started discussing on Unit 1 with 6 lectures. I have already covered 5 lectures. Now we step into lecture 6. Lecture 6 topic is creating one-dimensional array and creating two-dimensional array under the unit 1. Creating one-dimensional array and creating two-dimensional array. Let's see the elaborate discussions on this array dimensions, one dimension then two dimension. The array is a fundamental form that MATLAB uses to store and manipulate data. So in order to store the data and manipulate the data, MATLAB uses array techniques. An array is a list of numbers arranged in rows or and or columns. So it's either arranged in a row or a column. The simplest array, its simplest array refers one-dimensional array, is a row or a column, either a row or a column of numbers. That is why it is said to be what? One-dimensional. A more complex array, so it's a complex array refers what? Two-dimensional array is a collection of number of numbers arranged in rows and columns. So both of them will be available, rows and columns. Numbers will be available in rows and columns. One use of array. One use of arrays is to store the information and data. Already we have seen that, to store information and then data as in a table. In science and engineering, one-dimensional arrays frequently represents vector and two-dimensional array often represent matrices. So one-dimensional array refers vectors, two-dimensional array refers matrices. In addition to this array made of numbers, arrays in MATLAB can also be listed in characters, list of characters. So which are called what? Strings. So it is not only by numbers, it can be given as what? Characters. This chapter shows how to create an address array. So how to create an array and then how to address an array. Creating one-dimensional array. A one-dimensional array is a list of numbers arranged in a row or a column. So either a row or a column. Example, the representation of the position of a point in a space in a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system as shown in the figure 2.1. The position of point A is defined by a list of three numbers. So list of three numbers, position of the point 2, 4, 5, which are the coordinates of the point. The position of the point A can be expressed in terms of a position vector. So RA is equal to 2i plus 4j plus 5k, where ijk are unit vectors in the direction of x, y and z axis respectively. The number 2, 4 and 5 are used to define a row or a column. So it can be defined either by a row wise or a column wise. So this is what the position of the point A they are talking about. It is given in terms of what? 2, 4, 5. When you want to get the value of this one in terms of a row wise or a column wise, we can denote it. So how we are denoting it, we'll be seeing in the next further slides. Any list of numbers can be set up as a vector. For example, in this table 2.1, this is a table of population data. It's given here. Table 2.1 contains population growth that can be used to create two lists of numbers. One of it is what years and the other of population values. Each list can be entered as elements in the vectors with the numbers placed in a row or in a column. So number placed in a row or in a column. In MATLAB, a vector is created by assigning the elements of the vector to a variable. Let me repeat again. In MATLAB, a vector is created by assigning the elements of a vector to a variable. So this can be done in several ways depending on the source of the information that is used for the element of the vector. When a vector contains specific number that are known, like the coordinates of the point, the value of each element is entered directly. Each element can also be a mathematical expression that can include predefined values, numbers, and then functions. So when you know the numbers, it can be entered directly. If you want to have it in the calculation part, mathematical expression, that is also can be given in the element entry. Creating a vector from a known list of numbers. How to create a vector from the known list of variables? So you know the list of numbers, so how can we enter it? The vector is created by typing the element, the number, inside the square bracket. So inside the square bracket you have to type the number. Variable name, so any name you can given, but the name should not have a space. That's why they have said that variable name, maybe a1 or a underscore 1 or a alone. That is the way you have to put the variable. Variable is equal to type vector element. So the elements of the vectors, you will see the examples in the tutorial. We'll see that row vector. To create a row vector, type the element with the space. So that is the thing you should know, with a space or a comma. With a space or a comma between the elements inside the square bracket. Column vector. A column. To create a column vector, type the left square bracket and then enter the element with a semicolon. So you need to have a space there, but here you should have what? Semicolon between them. We have an option here, space or a comma, but here it is have an option semicolon between them, or press enter. So either you have to put a semicolon or you have to put apply enter after each element. Type the right square bracket for the closure of the last element. So after the last element you should close the right square bracket. So we have a tutorial 2.1 shows how the data from table 2.1 and the coordinate of the point of the point A are used to create row and column vector. So creating vectors from given data. YR is a variable name. So in order to represent year, so if you want to type the YEAR, that is also a variable. It can be considered as a variable. So here YR is taken as a variable, is equal to left square bracket. You are entering a number 1984, space is given 1986, space 1988, again you have a space 1990. So separated by what here? Space. Starts from 1984, 1996. All these numbers are separated by what? Space. That's what they have given. The list of years is assigned to a row vector named YR. So it's a row vector. So it is given in terms of a single row. One dimensional row values are entered here. like that. POP, maybe a population, it's a lengthy word, it's a variable is taken as instead of a p they have taken as POP. Population is equal to, open a bracket, square bracket, left square bracket, and then you have what, separated by semicolon. Separated by, each and every element is separated by semicolon. When you put a semicolon between the elements, it comes in a next line so that it looks like a column. So here you had the values are in terms of row wise, here you have a column wise. So in order to enter a column point, in order to enter the first thing, the diagrammatic way you had in the this one, for typing a 2 comma 4 comma 5, so 2 4 5 in terms of a row, how to do that? So point a in horizontal, h is named as what, horizontal. Point a in horizontal means you should have what, comma. If without using a space, I am having a row here. Using a comma, I have a row here. So point of a in horizontal, that is equal to 2 comma 4 comma 5 gives 2 4 5 in row wise. Point a in vertical, so point a in vertical, so in order to understand that horizontal and then vertical, row wise and then column wise. 2, using enter, so here you had a semicolon, but now I have what, enter. When I put a enter, it becomes 4 here. Again I enter 5 and then closing the bracket. Don't put the enter bracket in close bracket in the next line. You have to close the bracket here itself. Start the bracket with a number and then close the bracket with the number. So that is why you have 2 4 5. So it is a row column wise matrix, sorry, column, a one dimensional column, one dimensional row, one dimensional column and one dimensional row. So creating vectors from the given data. So the data are all what here, already evident data. We are not calculating it, we are having evident data. Creating a vector with constant spacing by specifying the first term and the spacing and the last term. So you know the first term and you know the last term and you know the constant spacing, so you can generate it instead of typing each and everything. So in a vector with a constant spacing, the difference between the element is the same. For example, in the vector v is equal to 2 4 6 8 10, so the first element is 2, the last element is 10, and each and every element is separated by what, a number, have a difference of what, 2. So that's what they are telling, the spacing between the element is 2. A vector in which the first term is mentioned as m, the spacing is termed as q, and the last term is termed as what, n, is created by typing like this: variable name is equal to, open a bracket, m is to q is to n. Either you can use a bracket or without using a bracket you can also, this, that is why they have said it's an optional, this square bracket is optional. Variable is equal to m is to q is to n, where m is a starting number and q is the constant spacing and n is the last number. Let's see what some examples on this. X is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 13. So the first number is 1, the last number is 13. Each and every number is separated by, have a difference is 2. So 1 plus 2 is what, 3. And then plus 2 you get 5, plus 2 7, plus 2 9, plus 2 you get 11, plus 2 13. We have to stop because the last number is 13. When you attain the 13 you have to stop. So first element is 1, last element is 2, sorry, last element is 13, spacing is 2. Y is equal to 1.5 is to 0.1 is to 2.1. So the first element is 1.5, correct to 4 decimals they have given, and then 2.1 is the last element, so 2.1, the spacing is what, 0.1. So when you add 0.1 to this, it gets 0.6, adding 0.1 to this you get 1.7, like that, 1.8, 1.9, 2.0 and then 2.1. 2.1 is the last term, so it stops. Likewise, z equal to minus 3 is to 7, so we should have what, 3 elements, m colon q colon n, but here you have what, only 2 elements. Maybe these two are referred as m and n without having given the spacing term. So if the spacing is omitted, the default is 1. So the first term is minus 3 and the last term is 7. So the first term is minus 3 and the last term is 7. So each and everything is separated by what? 1, because it's a default. They have not given the value as value q here, so that's why we have minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. xa is equal to the next value. The xa is equal to 21 is to minus 3 is to 6. So far we have increasing examples. We need to have the decreasing example also. So 21 minus 3, 18. From this you have to subtract 3, 15, 12, 9, 6. The last term is 6. The first term is 21. This is how we have to constant spacing. So you should know that creating a vector with constant spacing by specifying constant spacing by specifying the first term and the last term. So the examples you might be clear by this time. If the number mqn are such that the value of n cannot be obtained by adding q's to m, then the last number in the vector will be the last number that does not exceed n. If only two numbers, first and the last term, are typed, the spacing is omitted, then the default for the spacing is 1. That's what we have seen in Z example. Creating a vector with linear or equal spacing by specifying the first and the last term and the number of terms. So instead of telling uh, first number of terms are available when you know the first and last term. When you know the first and last term, the number of terms and the number of terms, if you know it, you can able to generate the array. Let me repeat again. Create a vector with the linear or equal spacing by specifying the first and the last term and the number of terms. So last time we had what? Constant spacing, but here you have the number of terms. So let's see how it goes on. A vector with n elements that are linearly or equally spaced, in which the first element is xi, maybe it is named as x initial, xi, and the last term is x final, xf, can be created by typing the linspace. You don't have a e here, you should know that linspace command. So this command is utilized for generating that array. MATLAB determines the correct spacing. So MATLAB will determine the correct spacing. You don't need to worry about what is the spacing in between them. So variable name is equal to linspace of xi comma xf. So first element and the last element and the number of element. So that's what they have given here. First element, last element, and the number of elements. When the number of the elements is omitted, the default is 100. Some examples are given here. So va, maybe a variable a is equal to linspace of 0 comma 8 comma 6. So now you have the first term and the last term, the number of term. So 6 is the elements, number of elements. First term is 0 and the last element is 8. So that's why MATLAB calculates the spacing between each and every element. So you need to have 6 elements. The first element is 0 and the last element is 8. Between that you should have what? First and the last, you should have 4 elements. So MATLAB calculates what are the elements supposed to be available with correct equal spacing. Like that's why you have 0, 1.6, 3.2, 4.8, 6.4, and then 8. Like that. Variable b, that's vb is equal to linspace of 30 comma 10 comma 11. So which means the first element is 30 and the last element is 10. How many elements you should have? Means 11 elements. That's why they have 11 elements. The first element is 30 and the last element is 10. So starts from 30 and ends at 10. You should have 11 elements. So first element and the last element is available, means already you have 2 elements, so remaining 9 elements. So in order MATLAB calculates what are the 9 elements with correct spacing supposed to be there, means so 30, its correct spacing is 2 here, so that's why 28, 26, 30 and slowly diminishing till 10. U is equal to linspace of 49.5 comma 0.5. So you have a 3 elements are here, but now only 2 is given. So first element is 49.5 and the last element is 0.5. When the number of element is not given, so it takes 100. So see here, when the number of elements is omitted, the default is 100, so it will generate 100 elements. So U is equal to, that is U is equal to column 1, so first column. Why do we have it in terms of yes, column 1 through 10? So first column, you will be having 49.5 is the first term. The next term is what MATLAB calculates it, because you need to have 100. The first term is 4.49.5, the last term is 0.5. So MATLAB calculates the first term, first column is given here and the last column is given here, because see this, column 1 will be having like this, column 9 will have like this. So this is how it will be. Creating a two-dimensional array matrix. So it is the thing, but matrix, one-dimensional array is what? Vector. A two-dimensional array, also called a matrix, has a numbers in rows and columns. Both of them will be available. Rows and columns. There you will be having rows R. Instead of this and, they will be having what? R. Matrices can be used to store information like arrangements in a table. Matrices plays an important role in linear algebra and used in science and engineering to describe many physical quantities. In a square matrix, oh, they are explaining the square matrix and then size of the matrix here. In a square matrix, the number of rows and the columns are equal. For example, the matrix, see this, a matrix, we have a 3 rows and then 3 columns. That's why we are telling it the size of the matrix is 3 cross 3 matrix is a square matrix with 3 rows and 3 columns. In general, the number of rows and columns may be different. Whenever it is different, it is named as rectangular matrix. It is not mentioned here, but you should know that it is a rectangular matrix. So 4 cross 6, why do you say that it is 4 cross 6? Means we have a 4 rows and then 6 columns, that's why it is 4 cross 6 matrix. A matrix has m rows and n columns, and m by n is called size of the matrix. So this m by n, m is what here, 4 rows and then n is 6, so 4 by 6 is the size of the matrix. A matrix is created by assigning the elements of the matrix to a variable. This is done by typing the element row by row inside a square bracket. First type the left bracket, then type the first row, separating the with the space or a comma. To type the next row, you should use a semicolon or a press enter. Type the right bracket at the end of the last row. So it's very similar. Variable name is equal to first row. As you want to write the first row can be used as either a space or a comma. When you want to go for a second row, you should use either a semicolon or else a enter. So like this at the end you should close the bracket. The element that are entered can be numbered or a mathematical expression that may include numbers, predefined variables and functions. All the rows must have the same number of elements. Yes, all the rows must have the same number of elements. It's evident for a matrix uh, principle. If element is 0, it has to be entered as 0. MATLAB displays an error message if an attempt is made to define an incomplete matrix. Example of matrix defined in different ways as shown in the tutorial 2.2. So creating a matrix, that is two-dimensional array. So A is equal to 5 space 35 space 43, semicolon is given here. Like that 4 space 76 space 81, semicolon is given here. 21 space 32 space 40. When you press enter, A is equal to, it gives the value. It gives the value as 3 cross. First row, second, when you have a semicolon here, that becomes a second row. When you have a semicolon here, it becomes a third row. Similarly, B is equal to 7 2 76 33 8. So after entering these values with the spacing, they press the enter key. That becomes the second line. It goes to the next line. So 198 6 25 6. When you press enter, it goes to the next line. 554 68 9 and then 0. When you press enter now to get the value of the matrix, this closing the bracket is essential. When you close the bracket and press enter, it gives the value B is equal to, see this, first row, second row and then third row. Now they are assigning the variables. CD is equal to 6, E is equal to 3 and then H is equal to 4. After entering this variable is defined, matrix is equal to E comma CD into H cos pi divided by 3. So it's expression, mathematical expressions are used. So E is 3, so first element. Likewise you have what before to that, H to the power 2, square root of H into H divided by CD comma 14. So they have given in terms of expression there. Here you have given the direct value of 14 itself. So you have E value is 3, it is entered here. C into D into H, sorry, CD into H. CD is what, 6 into H, it becomes 24. The next number cos pi by 3, it is what, 1 by 2, that is nothing but 0.5. H to the power 2, H to the power 2, 4 to the power 2 is what, 16, that is entered here. Square root of 4 into 4, so square root of 4, square root of H into H, H into H is what, 4 into 4 divided by 6. So the value will be calculated by MATLAB itself. This is 14, directly it is given here, the value. Rows of a matrix can also be entered as vector using the notation for creating vectors with the constant spacing or linspace command. For example, A is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 11 comma a semicolon. For when you use a semicolon, it goes for the second row. 0 is to 5 is to 25 semicolon goes for the third row. Linspace of 30 comma 60 comma 6 semicolon goes for the fourth row. 67 space 2 space 43 space 68 space 4 space 13. So this one is direct, fourth row is available. But here for the first row starts from first letter 1, first element 1 and the last element is 11, so spaced by what, 2. So that's why you have 1 3 5 7 9 11. The next is also very similar, starts with the first element 0 and the last element is 25. So first element is 0 and the last element is 25, spaced by what, 5. So that's why 0 plus 5 becomes 5 10 15 20 25. The next, linspace of 10 comma 60. How many elements you should have, what, 6 elements. So starting element is 10, the last element is 60. You need to have remaining 4 elements. MATLAB will calculate with correct spacing. So that's why you have 10 20 30 40 50 60. The last row is directly available here. In this example, the first 2 rows are entered as vector using the notation of constant spacing technique, and the third row was entered by linspace command, and the last row is entered with the individual entry. The zeros, ones and I commands. The 0 of m comma n, ones of m comma n and I of n command can be used to create matrices that have elements with the special values. So the 0 of m comma n, the 0 of ones of m comma n commands create a matrix with m rows and n columns in which all the elements are either a 0 or and 1 respectively. So the I of n command creates a square matrix with n rows and n columns. It's a square matrix. I of n is a square matrix in which the diagonal elements are equal to 1 and the rest of the elements are 0. This matrix is called identity matrix. Examples are given. ZR is equal to 0 of. So ZR is a variable equal to 0 of is a command. So 0 of 3 comma 4. So 3 rows and 4 columns should be what? All of them will be 0. The next one, NE is a command. NE is a variable name. Ones of is a command name. Ones of 4 comma 3. So you should have what? 4 rows and then 3 columns. All of them should be what? 1. That is why it is ones of 4 comma 3. The next one, IDN, identity, maybe the variable name they have kept it as what? IDN is equal to I of 5. So I of 5 means diagonal value alone should be what? 1. You should have a square matrix with the 5 rows and then 5 columns. That is why in the first row diagonal element is 1 here. For the second row diagonal element is here. So only diagonal element will be 1. Identity matrix is we are well known about it. So if you want to have I of 4 means you will be having 4 rows and 4 columns with the diagonal elements as 1. So with this we have known something about creating an array. For an array, for a row wise you need to have a space or a comma. For a column wise you should have a semicolon or enter. That's more important. You can practice it in practical session. Thank you. We'll see this is closure of the first unit. We'll see the next unit in the next session. Thank you.